What's up new people, Chigs here from Chigs Tech Reviews. Today I've got my hands on another brand new budget smartphone which has an octa-core CPU, 20 megapixel camera and stock Android version 8 OREO. So this is the brand new Cubot X18 Plus smartphone. So we have some pretty good specs and features for the price, but is it worth the purchase? We shall soon find out. Let's begin with a very quick unboxing. So in the box you will find your user manual and your SIM eject tool. You've got a USB power brick. So you get a MicroUSB charging cable, but this is quite a good quality flat cable. You've got a clear silicone smartphone case and of course the smartphone itself. So first of all, if I put that in the case, that's how it looks. So here it is people, the brand new Cubot X18 Plus. It does feel actually very slim and light in the hands. I will put the specs on the screen so you guys can have a quick read. So we have a 5.99 Full HD Plus screen with 402 pixels per inch. You have an 18:9 aspect ratio with a resolution of 2160 by 1080 and a 2.5D scratch resistant glass. Now the display itself is an IPS LCD. The screen does get quite bright, looks pretty good with the high pixels per inch, and the viewing angles are actually pretty good. Now you have the MediaTek 6750 quad-core CPU with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. On the back you have dual Sony cameras, 20 megapixel and 2 megapixel with an f2.0 aperture. And on the front we have a 13 megapixel Samsung camera. That's right guys, Sony on the back and Samsung on the front. Very interesting indeed. So this supports dual SIMs, it's factory unlocked with Bluetooth version 4, you have a 4000 mAh battery. Furthermore, this does not have NFC, IR blaster or waterproof certification. So this smartphone is made from a metal frame with an all plastic back which is quite fingerprint prone. There is no Gorilla Glass protection, but you do have another form of scratch resistant glass, which is of course better than having nothing. So the smartphone itself is 8.5mm thin and weighs only 170 grams. So this smartphone is definitely very light and slim in the hands. Now on the front you have your 13 megapixel camera, and for navigation you have your 3 on-screen touch buttons, back, home and menu. You have the latest version of Android version 8 OREO, and I'm quite happy to say that this is stock Android. You got the pure Android experience, which means this smartphone will get the latest updates from Google. And speaking of updates, there is actually an update available right now. You can see the changelog, the update size and the release date. It's quite reassuring that this budget handset by Cubot has Android version 8 pure version, and you are going to get all the OTA updates. Now the fingerprint sensor is located on the back. It's quite an easy to reach location and it does unlock the smartphone pretty quick every single time. It's definitely not the fast fingerprint sensor we have ever seen, but it is for sure accurate. Now at the bottom of the device you will find your microphone, MicroUSB charging port and your speaker. And on this side you have your volume rocker and power button. Both buttons are made from plastic, but they do not wobble around and they feel pretty decent to the touch. Now on the top I'm happy to see 3.5mm headphone jack, and if we keep going, and on the other side you have a dual SIM card tray which can take 2 nano SIM cards or 1 nano SIM card and 1 microSD card up to 128 gigabytes. So let's see how this device handles Full HD streaming and gaming. So this device can stream a maximum of 1080p on YouTube.
You got any foster family yet?
Whatever. As soon as my dad get out, we stay with him.
You don't see me working.
It's 2 years before we could begin to re-enter the city.
Now let's talk about the battery. This smartphone first of all supports USB 2 charging. Now there is no fast charging, it takes around 2 hours to fully charge, but you can achieve around 6 hours of on-screen time, which is actually quite good for a MediaTek CPU. Now Cubot have actually done a good job with battery optimization, and I think Android version 8 OREO has possibly helped achieve this. Now I have also tested the OTG support, and this smartphone unfortunately does not support OTG. So coming to the cameras, we got dual cameras on the back, and the main camera is actually a 20 megapixel Sony. So in settings it shows we do have electronic image stabilization. I don't know how legit that's going to be, but we will test it out. So that's EIS off. So that's EIS is on now, and the maximum video quality we can shoot at is 1080p. So here are a few samples for you guys to check out. Electronic image stabilization is on, and this is what the quality looks like. It's freezing cold. It's actually snowing and raining at the same time, and of course it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Now it's time to check out the results for all the various tests, including Wi-Fi and benchmarks. So here is my top performing smartphone chart for 2018, showing you all the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. So as you can see, the Cubot X18 Plus has taken position 37 on this chart. I have also just added the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus to this chart. Now if we compare the smartphone to its own price bracket, then here is the top performing smartphone chart for under $200. And again, all devices have been ranked by AnTuTu scores, and on this chart, the X18 has taken position 11. You can view all my charts online at chigstech.com and read them at your leisure. So I am now using AnTuTu version 7 for all smartphone tests. So there you have it guys, that was the Cubot X18 Plus. So let's break it down with some pros and cons. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. So here we have another budget smartphone priced under $200. I am actually quite pleased with the build quality. You have a nice bright Full HD Plus screen with high pixels per inch. Android version 8 OREO runs smooth, offering regular OTA updates and a good overall performance. Battery life is also quite good, giving you up to 7 hours on-screen time. Bottom line, this is currently one of the cheapest smartphones with Android version 8 OREO. You have a slim body with a decent screen, battery and performance. Good value for the price. However, the camera and speakers are less than mediocre. So if you're looking for a budget smartphone with a decent screen and performance, and you're not too bothered about the camera or loudspeaker quality, then this is an option for you. And with that being said, I will leave the links in the description so you guys can check this product out. So those were my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this smartphone. Is this something you would consider as your daily budget driver? That's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. See you in the next one, guys.